Welcome back.
Turtles, the video games. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start with the good. Best Turtles video game is definitely Turtles in Time.
Yes.
Everyone knows Turtles in Time is legitimately the best video game that they've ever had. Funnest game, best action, best enemies, best level design, best music.
And you can throw them into the screen.
Yeah. It's one of the very rare games that takes the arcade and makes it better. The Turtles in Time arcade was not as good as the SNES game.
And what you're right about now, there should be a little box right over here showing a little bit of gameplay. Right here.
So going on to the good, Hyperstone Heist was still good. It was the Sega Genesis version of Turtles in Time. Didn't have as many levels and didn't have throwing foot soldiers into the screen, but it still was a pretty fun game. Probably one of the best beat 'em up games on the Genesis. So if you're a Genesis owner and you didn't own that game, you were just failing at life. I know I had it.
Well, that's just because you were a Genesis owner.
Yeah, and I didn't have a Genesis. All I had was Super Nintendo up until PS2 came out. So like, yeah, I didn't even have a PS1.
I owned all the systems back.
You weren't as rich as you, rich boy.
I wasn't rich. I got all my systems were hand-me-downs after cousins and stuff got their new systems.
So let's go back to the past. Talk about the shitty games that suck ass. Wayne's World. Let's talk about Turtles, the video game. Does this game actually suck?
No.
No. I don't think so.
It is one of the harder ones, but it does not suck.
As in all games, though, the level that sucked the most, the water levels.
God, the water levels.
That's all you hear.
Damn.
That is...
Every 3 seconds, dead.
You can be a pro all the way up to that level, but as soon as you hit that level, touch a piece of goddamn coral, with a little thing coming off the wall.
The spinny spine thing in the water.
Yeah.
Or you come to that last bomb and you can't line yourself up just right, and your time's going click, 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 click.
2 minutes to defuse.
And so you're trying to hurry, and next thing you know,
The boss battles in that game though were awesome. I mean, it had everybody you wanted from the cartoons. It had some weird enemies, some fire guys and weird ninjas and robots and shit like that. The chainsaw dude.
Oh yeah. Well, you gotta have Leatherface.
What I liked about it though is it was the first time, a game like that came out where you had 4 different characters
You could choose from.
that you could choose from.
That had 4 different attack styles,
Right.
weapons.
Right. Donatello was the strongest, had the longest attack, but Donatello's attack was only good in a straight line, up or down. There was no, arc with it. Leonardo had the awesome arc with his sword, so when he swung it up, he had an awesome arc, and he was more all around. Raphael was good for the flying, at least, because he had a small weapon. Michelangelo was super fast. His weapon was super fast to attack, but once again, every one of them had their own strength. Mm-hmm. Most people beat the game just as Donatello, though. If you do it right, you can beat, because Donatello, taking out a boss, he just destroys him. He's so quick, or so just powerful. That's why the dam sucks, because you lose the turtle in the dam. And the Technodrome, hardest goddamn level on the face of the earth next to the dam. You got the electricity shooting off the front of the Technodrome. You got foot soldiers jumping out every 2 seconds. You got the Technodrome shooting fucking missiles and shit at you. Your whole goal is just to get in the Technodrome. That was a hard game. Except I did like that game, the pizza and stuff would respawn, so you can go back into the sewer and get the pizza.
Now, alright, so you like that game. Did you want to rate it or no?
I'll give that game a 7.
Okay.
6.
I don't remember if I played that one.
NA. I'd probably give it about a 7.
All right.
Now with the second one,
The
Ninja
arcade.
Turtles 2, the arcade game.
Yep.
Heavily sponsored by Pizza Hut. Oh my God! It was nothing but a walking campaign for Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut logos
Everywhere. they even attack you at one point.
Yep.
Because the Pizza Hut logo.
Oh,
They
jeez.
fall off.
They
the
fall
wall.
off the wall because the foot soldiers are coming through. Oh my God! I never wanted Domino's so bad. Now think of it this way: when did they make that game? Probably what? 90,
90, I think.
90?
Yeah.
All right. Pizza Hut was dominant in it.
Yeah.
92 comes along. Turtles 2, the movie comes out, and it's Domino's.
Turtles 2 didn't have any sponsors in it.
It was Domino's.
No, they were Roy's Pizza.
Oh no, then it was the first one that had
It
Domino's.
was the first one that had Domino's.
Which came out in 90.
Yeah.
So just imagine that.
What was funny about the first movie is, even though they had Domino's in the movie, if you have the VHS, the commercial before the Turtles movie starts is a Pizza Hut commercial.
Yeah.
It's like Pizza Hut didn't even watch the movie before they just started throwing money at it.
It was still such a fun game.
Yes.
It
Finally
was
being able to play
something
co-op.
Different co-op.
Choosing what turtle, so you and your brother would argue over what turtle you wanted to be. You know, everybody wanted to be Michelangelo or Leonardo. Of course, I always chose Raphael.
Raphael was.
And you had Shredder and his mystery broadcast on that television.
Turtles, when he kidnapped April and
Yep.
Will. He had to get her back. In the first level, you get her back.
Crane kidnaps like the Statue of Liberty or something.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
He's over there making sweet music.
It was a fun game.
Coming out with baby liberties.
Super fun game. I'd give that one an 8 easily.
8,
NA.
basically.
So then
Yeah.
the next one, you had Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project.
Manhattan Project. So it was basically everything Turtles 2 was, except they took it through different areas of New York.
Yes.
They took you on the street, different
Literally
landmarks.
same gameplay,
Same graphics.
same graphics. They just put new skins on
Different
stuff.
levels.
Different levels, yep. And then this one had the
Triceratops.
the Triceratops in it, yep.
It's pretty much a old school DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was. It was a DLC.
Was it longer? Or just as long?
No, it was about an hour-long game, like most of them were back then.
Ouch.
You think most games back then
that's
maybe
what they
only
were.
an hour,
Well,
but it took
no.
you 7 hours to beat them because you died every 10 minutes.
I side note.
And then you only got to play
I
for a
played
half hour.
Jurassic Park for the 1993, and that took 4 hours to beat. And there was no save game for that either.
So then, after that, you had your Turtles in Time / or Heists or whatever.
Hyperstone Heist came out right before Turtles in Time.
Oh, I'm putting them together.
Okay, yeah. Basically the same game. Biggest difference is Turtles in Time had more levels, and it had the scaling so you could throw the enemies at the screen.
Yep.
Hyperstone Heist had different levels, but it was almost the same exact thing. You side-scrolling, beat 'em up action at its finest. Choose your turtle, beat the piss out of the enemy.
And then anything else you want to put on?
I give that game a 10 easily.
9.
9.
I love Turtles in Time, although I only got to third level, fourth level.
What do you give those first 3 levels of?
7, 9, 9.
A 9, and when you fight Baxter as the first boss, first time ever playing, you're like, holy shit!
Crane's robot head bouncing up and down, shooting lasers across at you.
So then after that came Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters.
Probably one of the best versions of a fighting game that wasn't original a fighting game. I mean, look at what came out at the time. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, they were fighting games. And then we had Shaq Fu,
Which they did remake, by the way.
Killer Instinct fighting game,
Yep.
I love
Power Rangers. That was a really bad fighting game. It was chunky, clunky, the controls sucked. I remember hating that game as a kid. Then Turtles Tournament Fighters came out. That's for another day.
Rita, I still love you.
Tournament fighter. Stripping Rita. Tournament Fighters was amazing though. Like every turtle had their own moveset. Shredder was impossible to beat. Like it was great.
Wasn't Bebop and Rocksteady in there too?
Yep, they had everyone.
Okay.
Krang in his robot form, his giant robot form,
Yep.
the Triceratons. It had Casey. It had everyone. Super Shredder.
Nice.
I think that was probably one of the last games I played for.
Tournament Fighter.
Yeah.
I give it a 7.
I give it a 7 also.
Let's give it a 7.
Yeah. I'll just go with 7.5.
And then we got the Game Boy games, which now a lot of people. AJ's played the game. He played. Which one did you play?
Back from the Sewers. Followed the
Foot Clan.
Foot Clan. There was a couple more that came out.
They were pretty basic though.
Yeah.
It was side-scrolling, beat 'em up.
Graphics weren't all too well.
Right.
Well, it was for the Game Boy.
But I mean, they still promised on what they delivered, and that was a Turtles game on the Game Boy.
Running down the highway in your skateboard.
Yep.
Nice.
The skateboard levels, yeah. That is one thing that they never put in a Turtles game besides the first one was using the van.
Yeah.
Like a driving level with the van. The first one you had to use the van in the overworld to get from point A to point B. But since then it was just the Turtles.
So then, how would you list the Game Boy games as a collective? How would you rank them?
I'd give them a 6.
7.
I'll go with 6.
I've never played them, so I can't. So.
And then we moved into finally. It was like a dead zone. There wasn't a Turtles game for years. PlayStation didn't have a Turtles game that I know of.
It was when TMNT came out was when we got our next game.
Right, and that was on GameCube and PS2, I think.
Yep.
That game was first time we got to play as Turtles in a 3D environment.
Yep.
Pretty fun.
It was fun.
Never
I
played
played
any
it.
games.
I played as Donnie, and yeah.
It was pretty fun. It had its moments, but it was an okay game. And then they just kind of. Then they started making more and more 3D games like that. Then they had to make an HD remake of Turtles in Time.
I haven't touched that one yet. When
Don't.
did that come out?
Like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Don't touch it.
Okay.
It's not an
Not the
HD
same.
remake of Turtles in Time. They took all the cool stuff from Turtles in Time and were just like, no.
Ouch.
The combat isn't as smooth. You would think it would be. No, it's not as smooth. Even though you can play up to 4 players on it online, it's still nowhere near what it should be. Terrible. Terrible. But yeah, then they made games for the new movies, which I haven't played them.
I haven't touched that.
And then they made that game. What's that game?
This one is Mutants in Manhattan. I absolutely adore this game because it not only do you have to face off against Shredder, but if you manage to get and they have a rating on it, so when you do SA against Shredder, you have to face off against Super Shredder, and I pray to God that you actually have one of Krang's armor shooter things, because otherwise he's basically impossible. So yeah, great game. Not only when you face off against the boss, it's like if you do well enough and you don't have it on easy, you put it on normal or hard or super hard, you can get to the end boss characters. Like when you're facing off against Bebop and then Rocksteady just jumps in, he only has 3 bars compared to the 6 bars that Rocksteady has, and then vice versa with the second level. But yeah, fun. I love it.
Well, you learned it there firsthand.
Apparently, it's a great game. We'll have to play it one of these days.
I do have one issue with it. Just one. And it's the multiplayer, it's only networking, so yeah.
No couch co-op.
No couch co-op, which that's sad.
Yeah, they're getting away with a lot of that in
Yep.
games.
That defeats the purpose of the Turtles games. According, like, they're brothers.
Yeah.
You want to be able to play with someone close, like a brother or something like that, or play with your brother on the couch, and you can't. They took away, you know.
Yeah.
Turtle. I mean, that was the problem with the first Turtles game, was there was no co-op whatsoever.
So if we happen to miss anything, any games, let us know down below in the comments. We'll make sure to review that in a further video. So,
Or at least play them.
all in all, overall consensus, the video games, have they been a fairly success for the franchise?
I would say so, yeah. I would say the video games have been successful and has led to a very good franchise. Helped the franchise quite a bit.
Well, that's an overall consensus.
Yeah.
All four.
Yep.
Thumbs up.
Alright, so stay around. We got another one coming for you. Next, we're gonna talk about toys.
Toys and merchandise.
Merchandise. The cash cow of the Turtles.
Wow. Yeah. There was a lot.
Dude,